Hello and welcome to the Global Spec Industrial Marketing Digital Summit. And thank you for joining us for Thought Leadership, Leverage What You Know. Content is king, and marketing your knowledge assets can position your company as a valued solution partner and thought leader to customers and prospects. This presentation will show you how to leverage what you already know by capitalizing on your organization's existing resources to deliver messaging that engages your audience and drives results. Now, before we introduce our speaker, we'd like to invite you to submit questions at any point during this presentation by using the Submit Question button at the base of this video console. Also, some of the presentations you will see today include detailed information, so we would encourage you to click the Download PPT button so that you can follow along with your own copy of the PowerPoint slides. As the Manager of Global E-Business and Marketing at TE Connectivity, formerly Tyco Electronics, Dale Reeves leads digital and offline marketing efforts and e-business marketing strategy and development for TE Connectivity, Aerospace, Defense, and Marine. Welcome, Dale.
Thank you. And thank you, Global Spec, for sponsoring the Global Industrial Summit and inviting me here today. And thank you all for participating in this webinar and this event this morning. We'll be coming at this webinar from about the 10,000 foot level to discuss thought leadership. Today we'll be taking a quick glance just to put some context around the Marketing 101 stuff you probably already know. We'll focus on thought leadership, why it works, when does it work best, and unlocking your content and knowledge assets with a concept we've coined as lean PR. Traditional PR versus lean PR, we'll go into what that is all about and the role of subject matter experts. And then I'll take you into a case study that TE ADM has launched with this new campaign called Design Smarter Faster. First, let's take a look at the customer journey. Typically, a customer will go through awareness, engagement, research related to that engagement, developing a preference, ultimately converting to a sale, and then long term, we want to retain that customer for future business. In that process, there's share of voice. So at share of voice, we need to measure the activity and the volume of of what we're doing in the media, paid media, social media, web, and trade shows. And share of mind is really what is it that people remember us for. So, example, Coca-Cola, it's the real thing. Mercedes-Benz, engineered like no other car in the world. So B2B, we typically don't have those types of marketing dollars. What we do have is thought leadership, and we can create a share of mind through the kind of thought leadership initiatives that we push out to the marketplace. Connected customer has a lot of options, from Facebook to the latest Pinterest web platform. Social media is in a number of places. Critical for us is to be found. That means being published, and published in places where our marketplace typically aggregates for their information requirements. So you want to fish where the fish are. Publishing out our content means that we're going to build greater SEO results, and we're going to drive link building back to our web properties. Knowing where your customers play is critical to picking the right locations in order to really focus your messaging. So why does thought leadership work? It works because it puts you in the middle of the conversation and creates share of voice with your audience. By inference, it places your product and service in the customer's consideration set. It also positions your company as a leader and your people as experts. This is where share of mind begins to become developed. Something important to say and relevant to your community is critical to deliver that message. Customers will search you out and through various web properties. So the number one rule here again is to be found and to leverage that with search marketing initiatives and publishing content to the web that readily comes up in a search around your product. And again, thought leadership and publishing of your content drives up your SEO and link building and word of mouth related to your product or service. So thought leadership really works best when it's aligned to a meaningful business objective. For TE, that's design wins. Creating an opportunity for our business to get spec'd into a drawing early in the process. It's a revenue generator for our business. It's important also in thought leadership to stake out an industry position. This shows leadership and it invites comments and engagement around your product or solution. It also gives you the opportunity to share your expertise in what you know, but not necessarily everything you know. What you really want to do with thought leadership is to drive interest towards an offline conversation. You want to take your customer or prospect to a destination you own, where you can build that customer intimacy and get the customer to invite you in to their design process or to achieve whatever other objective you may have as a business. Once you've aligned to your business objective and positioning statement, now you want to select your subject matter experts within your company who can deliver this message for you. It's critical that they be available to write and review future articles or feature articles written by themselves or third-party resources, to create white papers, participate in related webinars or accept speaking engagements, do media interviews, and potentially have that supported with third-party writers if necessary. And support social media aspects like LinkedIn, Twitter, or other social media outlets you may be using. Some of the critical attributes related to subject matter experts: one, if they have an existing personal brand, that's great, you can capitalize on that. But the most important element or attribute for the subject matter expert is their willingness to participate in representing your company. They need to have it in their DNA. They want to be seen as a leader in your company and as a leader in their industry, and they understand the importance to your company as well as to their own personal career. So can't overemphasize those attributes in its relation to selection of your subject matter experts. Next, you'll want to pump up the volume with an effective PR program. We use a process that we've coined Lean PR. What we do is we seek opportunistic feature article placements with major publications versus a write and place approach. Write and place means you create an article and you look for a home for that. It's very resource intensive. In fact, you only have maybe a 50-50 opportunity to actually place that article. The Lean PR approach is to scan those editorial calendars for opportunities, contact editors and publishers directly either or through your PR agency, and create byline articles attributed to your subject matter experts. In that process, you'll want to look for and negotiate branding opportunities. You'll want to take those articles that get published and integrate them with other social media outlets and online PR tactics. Repurpose white papers and also leverage in press release format. In operating Lean, we often engage third-party tech writers to take resource away from our subject matter experts who are typically busy doing other things, and have them integrate with the tech writer only to the point of editing and making final changes to the article. This allows this creates an opportunity for speed and significant dollar savings overall in terms of the placement of your article or other PR initiatives. Done right, Lean PR works. For TE AD&M, we have launched this program in the March timeframe. We've had major articles published each month, and we expect to have multiple articles placed monthly for the foreseeable future. So even with Lean PR, you need to be ready to meet editors' needs with content that you can create. Ideas for byline articles can include focusing on the problems that your product or service solves. In our particular industry, in the aerospace industry, SWaP, which is the smaller size, lighter weight, more power and data delivery, that's a critical component in our industry. Your products may have the ability to lower inventory requirements or shorten the build cycle. You want to be able to talk about those. And you also want to talk about where future innovations may be coming from in your industry. Example, advances in material design, copper versus fiber optics, or changes that impact an entire industry like film versus digital. Customer case studies also are a great winner with editors, and they look for those types of opportunities. So if you have a customer that's willing to stand next to you, use that opportunity to work a case study article with a publication. Design Smarter Faster was launched in May of 2012 and is a thought leadership campaign targeting design engineers. And the goal of this campaign is really to drive early design wins for our business. So with Design Smarter Faster, what do we really want? We're looking for hot leads, not necessarily more leads. These are better leads that can drive to early design wins and engagements with our customos. Mojado Mobeto, a Caribbean hot sauce, was used to emphasize this point to our senior management around the concept of hot leads and how we would manage those hot leads within our CRM program, Salesforce.com. Critical to the deployment of this program was scaling it to the resource available within our organizations. Next, we had to define a positioning theme and customer promise. For Design Smarter Faster, that's simple. Get your product to market faster with a smarter, better solution. And concurrently, create a pathway to deliver on that promise. Knowing who you want to target is critically important. For TE AD&M, that is the design engineer. It's also important to understand and know what you're willing to give up. From a resource perspective, we could not support communicating across a broad reach audience like purchasing, government, military leadership, and potentially others. Not that these aren't important demographic groups, we just weren't resourced to target that audience. Next, you'll want to define your big idea. For TE AD&M, that is around building a story around thought leadership, taking what was essentially an ad hoc activity within our business and turning it into a formal program. We use that to build on the existing awareness of TE's technical leadership in our business, showcase our subject matter experts, and personally branding of these social media experts, because that is really what our technical right to succeed is, the expertise that we have within our company. We take that, the next step there is really to build customer intimacy and create a pathway for customers and prospects to engage directly with our subject matter experts. And this also will support sales and product management's current activity to get TE invited into the customer design review at the earliest possible opportunity. The tactical component to Design Smarter Faster included supporting PR and media. We promote thought leadership via byline feature article placements using the lean PR process and targeting major publications for feature article placements. This continues the concept of personal branding of TE SMEs. We also stepped up our product release announcements, growing to multiple releases per month, including new and existing products, really committing to an overall PR calendar. For paid media and trade press, we made an active decision or conscious decision to go deeper with greater frequency and fewer publications, and to target those product-specific publications that are over-indexed to the design engineer. For trade advertising, we developed both positioning and testimonial ads that drove to our web properties supporting the subject matter experts in various social media environments. The epicenter for the Design Smarter Faster campaign is the social networking hub we're calling designsmarterfaster.com. Here, electrical design engineers can select a subject matter expert that is aligned to the particular design challenge that they have in front of them. We've also attempted to create stickiness on the website by displaying multiple trade publication titles and stories that are leading off in those titles, including Global Spec and a number of other trade publications. The Social Networking Hub continues to also offer additional commercial message, but still messaging that's critical and important to the design engineer. Videos that we have posted on the web and on YouTube can be easily accessed from this site. The ADM Events Calendar is available here. A new product selector that showcases what's new from AD&M that may be of particular interest to the design engineer. We also link in the TE corporate Twitter feed, and we have a location also for selecting new literature that's related to our new product announcements. Once a design engineer has selected a particular subject matter expert and clicks on that subject matter expert, it pops up a more detailed biography of that individual and gives the design engineer the opportunity to link directly with that subject matter expert via LinkedIn. We support that SME's LinkedIn presence with multiple postings on a weekly basis that work to help stimulate the conversation and drive engagement. As an alternate for those individuals that don't have a LinkedIn account, we've also created a secondary methodology for a design engineer to contact us directly and share their design challenge with us. These are self-limiting lead qualification forms. Fewer leads, yes, but better leads. And again, harping back to the Mo Hotter, Mo Better concept, we want hot leads, and we want to drive those hot leads through our business. Earlier in the presentation, I mentioned that I'd be providing a bibliography. Here's a list of a number of sources you can check out, from the classic Positioning, the Battle for Your Mind by Trout and Reese, to the more recent How to Become an Industry Thought Leader in the Online Era, a white paper published by Global Spec. All of these will give you tremendous insight into creating your own thought leadership marketing program. To wrap up, here are a number of steps you can consider for a successful thought leadership campaign. First, define your objective. Align to a business goal. Second, validation. What is the expertise that you own that the marketplace wants? This will help you define your positioning statement and customer promise. Resourcing. What is the availability of the SMEs in your organization? What can they realistically achieve? And you need to scale your program to reflect that resource. Focus. You want to define your target audience. Like TE, AD&M, we defined our audience as design engineers. Yours may be something completely different. Execution. You want to integrate across multiple Marcom channels and create a customer path to engage with your subject matter experts or to engage with your company in a way that's measurable. Track and measure. How will you measure the success of your program? At TE, we use our CRM process to capture leads, identify the opportunity, and measure whether the business was won or lost. You'll need to have some program similar to that in order to track the results of your program. That concludes the formal part of today's presentation. I welcome your questions, and I will be available in the networking lounge to answer any additional questions you may have. Thank you very much.
Dale, thanks for that informative presentation. Now, before moving on to explore the exhibit hall of this event, please take a moment to click the Take Survey button and give us your feedback on today's presentation. And we'd like to invite you to join us in the networking lounge to continue the content conversation. We would certainly like to thank you for joining us at today's Industrial Marketing Digital Summit. Thanks again and have a great day.